This will sound very strange, but the prophetic tornadoes in Washington, D.C., the 700,000 lightning strikes in 12 hours in British Columbia, the Grenfell Tower fire, NASA's plan to return to the moon in 2024, and the end of World War I are prophecies that confirm that the second coming of Lord Jesus Christ will be on October 12th, 2024, and they are prophecies that are predicting the precise date that the historic barge that has been stuck on the rocks of the Niagara River for over 100 years, since the year of the Spanish flu pandemic, will finally break free and crash over Niagara Falls on September 17th, 2022. Niagara Falls and this barge that was involved in the most dramatic rescue in the history of Niagara Falls are Noah's flood and Noah's Ark symbolism. Noah and his family were rescued from the flood judgment after God gave Noah a 7 days warning to load the ark. This historic barge will crash over Niagara Falls on the same day as a catastrophic solar storm coronal mass ejection hit from the sun, and 7 days before a second, even more catastrophic hit from the sun that will cause catastrophic power outages. As well, it is predicted that this barge will crash over Niagara Falls 7 days before it is predicted that a major asteroid will hit Earth, and it is predicted that this barge will crash over Niagara Falls 7 days before the day it is predicted that Yellowstone volcano will erupt, on the same day that it is predicted that the volcano mountain on La Palma Island in the Canary Islands will crash into the sea and cause a catastrophic tsunami. When this historic barge crashes over Niagara Falls, this will be the big end times sign that is communicating that the end times Great Tribulation judgment period is beginning now. God placed this barge on the Niagara River during World War I and the Spanish flu pandemic as a set alarm clock, and the purpose of this prediction is to prove this. Besides what I am about to explain, the proof that these predictions were made ahead of time is the date that YouTube says this video was posted, and videos can't be edited once they are posted. Additionally, what documents that these predictions were made ahead of time are these emails that are timestamped by Google, as well as these PDF documents that were created by a company named Forensic Notes. If you are skeptical, email me and I will forward these to you. After the barge crashes over Niagara Falls on September 17th, I will leave a link in the description box below to a news article that will confirm that indeed the barge crashed over the falls on this date. When his disciples asked him for the signs of his return, Jesus replied with, quote, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not alarmed, for this must take place, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are but the beginning of the birth pains." This beginning of the birth pains is clearly the period of World War I. World War I ended the 500-year rule of the Ottoman Empire over the Palestine area and began the British Mandate for Palestine, which led to the Balfour Declaration declaring that Palestine be a homeland for the Jewish people, allowing Jewish immigration to Palestine. This is arguably a very symbolic beginning of the restoration of Israel in the 20th century, and it coinciding with World War I, which clearly fits the description of wars and rumors of wars, confirms that this is the beginning of the birth pains that Jesus was speaking about. World War I, which also led to World War II, was a definite nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. World War I ended precisely on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, and it ended precisely 11,111 days before the first of the prophetic lunar eclipses of the prophetic blood moon tetrad that coincided with the official rebirth of Israel in 1948. With this, God was pointing to Isaiah 11:11. In that day, the Lord will extend his hand yet a second time to recover the remnant that remains of his people. He will raise a signal for the nations and will assemble the banished of Israel and gather the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The restoration of Israel in the 20th century is the big signal, prophetic sign that the age is closing and the second coming of Lord Jesus Christ is soon. This historic barge that involves the most dramatic rescue in the history of Niagara Falls, at the time that it got stuck before almost going over the falls, got stuck on the rocks of the Niagara River in 1918, the year of the Spanish flu pandemic during World War I. God placed this barge on the Niagara River as a timer. It is like a set alarm clock. When this barge crashes over Niagara Falls, it will be the symbolic alarm going off that now is the time of the beginning of the end times Great Tribulation period. This barge is in a way like a wound-up spring ready to uncoil itself. It is sitting on the rocks of the Niagara River, ready to go over the falls as a signal of the beginning of judgment. When this barge crashes over Niagara Falls, it will be the massive prophetic sign that judgment is beginning. In fact, I believe that the main purpose for the existence of Niagara Falls is to demonstrate this most important prophetic sign. Some social media sites have a maximum length for videos that can be posted, and so I need to cut this video into 2 parts. Click on the link to watch the remainder of this video. You can also find this link in the description box below this video. Make sure you watch the remainder of this extremely important video that is posted on a different channel than the one you are watching now. The link to the rest of this video is in the description box below this video. Hopefully you at least found this introduction video to be interesting, and if so, please leave a like and upvote the video, and please consider sharing the video.